Avery, what's your major at Florida Tech and why did you choose this, and is it something that you've always wanted to be a part of?
My major is environmental science, and I actually didn't know I wanted to pursue it until about my senior year of high school. I took a class in my high school, AP Environmental Science, and I got really into that class and all the field trips we took, learning about birds, trees, just getting really into nature.
So, in regards to environmental science, what made you choose Florida Tech?
You really can't beat the overall atmosphere that the campus gives. It's pretty close-knit, it's got beautiful weather. Indian River Lagoon is an amazing place to study for an environmental science major because it's a mess. Originally, I'm from Oregon, and I was a Boy Scout. I'm an Eagle Scout, actually, and we would go out camping trips every month, go camping with my family just during the summer. Lots of outdoor time growing up.
What are some of the exciting projects that you've been able to work on in classes here?
My Geographic Information Systems class last semester is by far and away the best class I've taken at the school so far. We would create maps based on data we'd collect from either the Indian River Lagoon or other parts of the world and apply it to making a map to show an environmental impact of a certain volume in an area. Yeah, coming in, I didn't really know much about the Indian River Lagoon, but being here and being in classes has really opened my eyes to how much of a problem it's becoming, because it's one of the only habitats available for the Indian River manatee. And with all of the deposits that are being put in through runoff and other human-caused sources, there's a layer of muck that's being accumulated at the bottom, which kills all the seagrass that the manatees eat. So it drives them out of their only habitat and towards extinction pretty much.
How do you plan to use your degree after graduation?
Well, I'm thinking about pursuing a master's specific in GIS, which is Geographic Information Systems, which is the mapping of data in relation to environmental sciences. And I want to be able to use that in a company to help them decide where they should build a certain building or where they need to offset the impacts that they're creating in one area to another.
How do you balance everything during your season?
Yeah, so we practice 6 days a week. We take Monday mornings off, but other than that, we have to be in the Clemente Center 5:20 a.m. No being later, coach makes us practice an hour earlier. And then on top of that, I also work at the Clemente Center upwards of 15, 20 hours a week. So that also on top of classes. It's a lot of starting projects before you really have to. You got to get a jump on a lot of your work, make sure you take your time on it and do it right.
What's an average day like for you between classes and your job?
Yeah, so I do my practice in the mornings, and then I start class at 10 a.m. after some breakfast, maybe a quick nap. And then I go for a couple hours of class and then take 2-3 hours a day to work or even teach a fitness class. I teach a fun run club here at Clemente and also formerly taught total body lift before I passed it on to someone else. Yeah, the most important part of cross-country training is really just putting money in the bank, so to speak. So you can't make up a season. You got to put in the work over the summer and gradually build your fitness up until the conference, the regional, the national meet. And it's the same way with schoolwork. You can't day before the test start studying and expect to do good. You got to build up over the semester, do the little things throughout the semester to really make sure you succeed. With cross country, you lose your fitness pretty quick. You take a week, 2 weeks off of training and it sets you back about a month. So you got to make sure that you're constantly every day doing every little thing you can to stay on top of your fitness and your recovery. And it's the same in school. If you miss a class here, it takes you 2 class periods to make up what you missed. So you really got to stay on top of things.
What advice would you give to an athlete coming here that also wants to get into environmental science?
The chemistry never stops. In Gen Chem 1 and 2, you got to really make sure to learn your basics because you're going to be building on that for the rest of your academic career here.
You guys have the SSC Cross Country Championships next week. What have you enjoyed the most about this season so far, and how do you feel about next week?
As a team, we've really progressed this season. We've had a couple rough weeks recently with injuries and sickness, but overall, we've really came together as a team and grown as one unit instead of just having an individual or a couple individuals doing well while everyone else struggles. And looking towards next week, I'm really excited. I've been having a really good couple weeks of training, and I think we're going to kick some butt.
All right, we're very hopeful for it too. Avery, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, no problem.